right now on 5 on Your Side at 10.
Tonight, going global, how St. Louis leaders hope to attract international business during the Cards-Cubs series in London.
No London-like fog around here as temperatures warm a bit. Why we have to wait until the weekend before rain chances return.
But first tonight, debating police pursuits.
There are risks associated with that. There are risks as it relates to legal liability.
How the NAACP wants a say in high-speed chases. And a town hall meeting wrapped up just about 2 hours ago, tackling what community leaders call a difficult community issue. Good evening, I'm Mike Bush.
And I'm Ann Allred. Our Robert Townsend was there. He is more on the discussion to put the brakes on police pursuits. Robert.
Anna, Mike, you know, this isn't the first time the NAACP leaders have gotten together to address police pursuits. It was a tough, complicated, and emotional issue that brought St. Louis City and County NAACP presidents, St. Louis County Police Chief Kenneth Gregory, and several dozen citizens to the Omega Center in North St. Louis. The hot topic at this town hall meeting, discussing the safety of police pursuits throughout the St. Louis area.
We're not here to say who's necessary, who's right, who's wrong. What we're saying is there's a problem.
St. Louis NAACP President Adolphus Pruitt told the crowd they continue to see innocent people injured or even killed during police pursuits.
When it's a pursuit and there's a loss of life or some serious injury, somebody emotionally and psychologically hurt.
St. Louis County Police Chief Kenneth Gregory says the department has a 14-page pursuit policy. Last year, there were 52 police pursuits in St. Louis County. There have been 42 so far this year.
The first thing that we do is see if there's a helicopter up. The helicopter's up. Because if the helicopter's up, then guess what? We can pull those cars that are chasing somebody off. The only cars that we chase are people that have committed a felony.
Several residents still oppose that idea.
We are better in thinking of how to deal with these felony criminals.
My son's loss is like so heavy to me and to my family.
Crystal Crump says in April her son was killed during a traffic violation that ended in a police pursuit in the city.
There was really no need to continue to pursue him to the point where he had an accident and died.
When a pursuit starts on our department, it's monitored by the supervisor that's on duty.
Meantime, Chief Gregory also says St. Louis County police officers' vehicles will soon be equipped with a new police pursuits technology.
When the red lights are cut on, that technology will send out an app, a free app that'll be free to the public. That when that app goes off, they know that within 2 miles there's a pursuit that they're near.
Tonight, several residents said they were disappointed that no one from the mayor's office or the St. Louis Police Department attended that town hall. A spokesman for the mayor told us just a couple of hours ago, quote, he says Jones had a prior commitment tonight. He also says they appreciate input from their community partners and they will review their suggestions.
People are behind bars after a chase ended with a police car being hit. Police started chasing a white Jeep stolen during a carjacking at North 15th and Biddle. It ended near Lillian and Norwich in North City. And at some point during the pursuit, a police car was hit. No word on any injuries. Tonight, the suspect in a deadly shooting outside a gas station in Berkeley is in jail, and police say he led them on a high-speed chase. 18-year-old Tyree Fletcher was arrested on second-degree murder and first-degree robbery charges. Investigators say he shot and killed Christopher Gall Saturday afternoon at the BP station at North Hanley and I-70. Officers later pursued Fletcher on 70, but he got away. He was arrested the next day.
A judge sentenced this man to 60 years in prison today for the murders of an Edwardsville couple. Zachary Capers pleaded guilty to first-degree murder in the stabbing deaths of Michael and Lois Ladd. The couple was found dead in their Edwardsville home back in March of 2019. From the Arch to Big Ben, the St. Louis Cardinals are headed to London next week to take on the Chicago Cubs. Maybe some new scenery will help turn things around.
Coming along for the ride, a whole delegation of leaders and business owners. Our Laura Barczewski talked with some who are taking a taste of the Lou across the pond. Laura.
Mike and Ann, this trip was supposed to happen in 2020, but was postponed because of the pandemic. Now this delegation hopes to grow those European relationships that could affect us here at home. In about 10 days, the St. Louis Cardinals with a whole posse of St. Louisans will take over London for the games of a lifetime against the Chicago Cubs.
We'll spend a few days in advance of the games doing a few events and promoting St. Louis, connecting with businesses in London who have an eye towards North America, and why wouldn't they want to do that from St. Louis?
Catherine Neville with Explore St. Louis says they hope they can continue to build up tourism with more flights from Europe, pointing to the year anniversary of direct flights from Germany to St. Louis.
When you can show success like we've been able to demonstrate with the flights from Lufthansa, which are doing much better than anyone anticipated, that kind of success leads to other opportunities.
Other leaders from the St. Louis World Trade Center want to lure in geospatial and ag tech companies as those industries continue to grow in the Lou.
39 North Innovation District, Danforth Plant Science Center, and all of the other investment in the ag tech space that surrounds that really provides a soft landing for these companies.
But it's not all about sports and the economy. Another group of businesses is delivering the flavor. Four Hands Brewing Company is bringing St. Louis beer paired with Sugar Fire Barbecue to the U.S. Embassy in London.
So we're doing like an hors d'oeuvre lunch. So we're doing little brisket canapes, so I'm doing kind of a British twist on some of the things. I'm doing like little sausage rolls.
Sugar Fire owner Mike Johnson says it's a dream come true to share his barbecue worldwide.
Yeah, it means a lot. I've been lucky enough over the years. I'm in Australia a lot, and Brazil a lot, and Europe a lot, talking about barbecue and doing big barbecue festivals, and spreading not only like how we do it as Sugar Fire, but as like an American barbecue ambassador.
The series is next weekend. It's a 2-game series, June 24th through the 25th. And the really cool thing about it is the London Stadium is actually a soccer stadium. It's being turned into a baseball stadium for the event. Reporting live from downtown St. Louis, Laura Barczewski, 5 on your side.
A blow tonight for St. Louis sports tourism. A popular Olympic qualifying event will not be returning next summer. Today it was announced Minneapolis will host the 2024 U.S. Olympic gymnastics trials ahead of the Paris Games. St. Louis hosted the event in 2021 at the Dome, where record crowds watched Simone Biles and the rest of Team USA punch their ticket to Tokyo. The St. Louis Sports Commission previously lost out to Indianapolis in a bid for the U.S. Olympic swimming trials. The commission released a statement reading in part, "It is obviously disappointing to miss out on the opportunity to host the 2024 U.S. Olympic gymnastics trials." It goes on to say, "When it comes to bidding on events, we're up against great competition, but it's our hope to bring USA Gymnastics marquee events back to St. Louis in the near future."
Tonight, former President Trump takes his defense directly to the American people, speaking at a fundraiser in New Jersey. His remarks come just hours after an historic day in a Miami federal courtroom where he pleaded not guilty to criminal charges. Alice Barr has more as the political fallout intensifies.
Back on friendly ground after his day in federal court, former President Trump tonight defiant.
Today we witnessed the most evil and heinous abuse of power in the history of our country.
Earlier today in Miami, he pleaded not guilty to a 37-count indictment, alleging he stored highly classified national security documents haphazardly around Mar-a-Lago, showed them to people twice, and concealed them from investigators. The former president shifting attention to President Biden's ongoing classified documents investigation.
Never before have the two standards of justice in our country been more starkly revealed.
Republican lawmakers largely echoing that claim.
Politically is seen as a double standard.
Though legal analysts stress that unlike Mr. Biden, Mr. Trump is accused of obstructing efforts to get the documents back. Some Republicans are now voicing concerns, from Capitol Hill.
What President Trump did was wrong. I mean, it's clear as day.
To the campaign trail.
There are people in my own party who are blaming DOJ. How about blame him? He did it.
The first federal indictment of a former U.S. president and 2024 GOP frontrunner, now sending shockwaves through the race for the White House. The Trump event tonight was also a fundraiser, and the campaign sent out fundraising blasts as he was heading in and out of the courtroom, trying to turn the former president's legal peril to his political advantage. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
Our Verified team is pouring through claims made regarding the Trump indictment and arraignment. Tonight, Brandon Lewis looks into one, claiming Trump increased the penalty for improperly handling classified documents while he was in the White House.
Viral tweets from before former President Donald Trump's indictment claim that while he was in office, he increased the penalty for improperly handling classified documents from a misdemeanor to a felony. But is that true? Let's verify using these sources. In 2018, Trump signed the FISA Amendments Reauthorization Act. This increased the maximum detention time for the unauthorized removal and retention of classified documents or material from 1 year to 5. The DOJ classifies any crime that has a penalty of more than 1 year in prison as a felony. Anything less is a misdemeanor. So, yes, Trump did sign a law that upgraded mishandling classified documents to a felony. However, that's not the crime he was just charged with. Trump pleaded not guilty to these charges under the Espionage Act. This is a different law that is specifically for documents related to national defense, and they don't have to be classified. With your Fast Fact, I'm Brandon Lewis.
What can we verify for you? Please send us an email. The email address is verify@ksdk.com.
Tonight, 2 Metro East families are left with nothing after fire destroys their homes.
My clothes, antique furniture, pictures.
The outpouring of community support helping them get back on their feet. It's the American dream that can quickly turn into a nightmare. Tonight, how you can still get the keys to your dream home if you're denied a mortgage.
Humidity levels remain pretty nice for the middle of June. The change is coming this weekend just in time for Father's Day.